Hello trainers, it is your boys Triple O Smooth, aka Smooth Operator, back here with a new video. Today we are going to talk about the unrivaled Cinderace Tera Raid event that is coming up on, basically I think it's tomorrow at 6 p.m. my time, CST, but officially I think it's going to be December 31st. And of course, it's going to run again January 13th through the 15th. It might still be the 31st, but I think that we get like a special nighttime start. But anyway, so basically we're going up against Cinderace, who is basically going to be the exact same behemoth as Charizard was. So I wanted to create a prep guide for you guys and myself also, so we gotta be on the same page, because if we run into raids, everybody needs to be on the same page. Charizard was definitely hard, but he wasn't that hard. Like, some people had an easy Charizard to go up against, and I think Game Freak saw that everybody was joking too much about how easy Charizard was on Twitter, so I think they sneakily buffed him, and it was difficult to beat him. I will say that they probably won't fix the glitch with Azumarill, because you would KO Charizard and he would heal his health back, because Azumarill did so much damage that it didn't calculate into his actual health. So that was also a problem running Azumarill, because it's so strong. Alright, so Cinderace is going to be a fighting Tera type, which means he's still fire and fighting, but we only worry about the fighting. Fighting is weak to fairy, flying, and psychic. Off the top of my head, it might be one more, but I know those three for sure off the top of my head. So if we take a look at what Austin John did yesterday while I was looking at his channel, I wanted to make this guy before I saw his video, but then he reminded me of a good thing, because since Cinderace is going to be fighting, and since Charizard also had cover moves to like protect himself against fairy, which he really can't. I mean, all you got is Fire Blast and Overheat and Inferno for the fairies. Cinderace might have Gunk Shot. Is the weirdest thing ever. Actually, let's see if he actually does have that, because I was not expecting for him to have like a poison move. Let's see if the Hisuian Typhlosion is in here. That's interesting. I apologize, I should have had this already up. Let's see, shiny. Can he learn a poison move? Yeah, so he can learn Gunk Shot. It has an 80% accuracy, and he can use it 5 times, but I don't see him. Yeah, he's probably gonna have Terra Blast too. High jump kick, super fang, sucker punch. So for the psychics, I can see him having sucker punch, honestly. If you really think about it, he could probably have sucker punch. Is that the only dark move he can learn? I see Shadow Ball, Taunt. I mean, I really want to operate under the fact that Cinderace is going to be a physical attacker. Like, I really want to operate under that notion. So Sucker Punch might be a thing, which could be a huge problem for, some psychic Pokemon that I think we should bring. But if you look at this, I'm surprised he didn't have a Sucker Punch on here. I can see Iron Head for the fairies. I can see Gunk Shot for fairies. But I'm surprised he did not put Sucker Punch on here. So, with that out of the way, here are my top picks for going up against a fire fighting Cinderace, only worrying about just his fighting type. But we have to be also aware that Pyro Ball is going to be a thing, and it's fire. So we had to operate under that notion. Just like Charizard was easy to figure out. Now him having Focus Blast totally blew us off. Like, that's not something you would think Charizard would have. So here are my picks of the Pokemon that I think we should be looking at. First, Gardevoir. Duh. Psychic and Fairy type. It's going to take some of those fire shots for sure. It's going to take them. But, get down here to the bottom. We probably could increase the defense. Special attack and special D. Like, this is covered. So if it does use Gunk Shot, we should be okay. But the defense is probably what I want to work on. Calm Mind is probably something we can run. Yeah, Calm Mind, Moonblast. He can learn Rest. That's interesting. And the 2 Light Screens, Reflect, Light Screen. Does Gardevoir? Yep, Gardevoir does learn Draining Kiss from a TM move. Does it learn naturally? It does not. So this is one option that I was thinking about. And then if we head over to Mimikyu, who is Ghost and Fairy type. Like, Mimikyu could do some things. Like Play Rough, which the joke is 90% accurate, but it doesn't really hit. Play Rough, it has a built-in disguise where, you know, it obviously just takes the first hit and does nothing. It does have Draining Kiss. It can learn Light Screen. Well, we don't need Reflect, right? Reflect is physical, so we just need Reflect. Like, all of this is going to change the moment we know Cinderace's moveset. The moment we learn his moveset, all of this is going to be either different or the same. His defense is already at 80, so we can obviously, you know, raise that up. And special defense is already up. Now, I guess we want to go full attack on Mimikyu, but I guess either support with Play Rough, I'm assuming. We can run with this Mimikyu. Next, Hatterene is my favorite choice for this. It's Psychic Fairy, but we scroll all the way down to the bottom where I get excited about. It has a 95 base defense. I think it's the highest base defense out of all the options that I'm going to put forth into this video. 95 defense. I love it. And then if you get all the way to 100 and get up to 260, if we do the beneficial nature, that's 317 right there. So I mean, hey, I don't know. I mean, look at that beneficial nature, like 317, 318 on the HP, 408 special attack, 335 special defense, speed can go up to. But you don't really. This isn't competitive. I gotta think outside of not being competitive. But raids. Hatterene is the pick. What can it? I can't remember. Healing Pulse. The user emits a healing pulse that restores the target's HP by up to half its max HP. So it has a built-in heal. Dazzling Gleam is its only fairy move. I don't think it can learn Moonblast. Yeah. Which is dumb to me that it can't learn it. That's so stupid. I don't know why. Calm Mind, it can learn Play Rough, and it can learn Psychic. So I mean, you could switch between Psychic, Play Rough. I wouldn't, but it can learn Reflect, so that's good too. And got Draining Kiss. I mean, you like. I don't know how to like articulate and explain this, but Hatterene is like definitely my want to go to on this one. Like, I think I'm going to stream today, and I'm going to try to shiny hunt this Hatterene just to have, and you know, obviously go for raid. Like, I wanted to build my own like competitive team for VGC, but at this point, I really want to like go through a lot of like the top Pokemon that's available to us in the Paldean region and just get a lot of them ready for raids. Because I feel like these raids are going to keep coming, and I like it because it can expand the lifespan of this game. Like they really could just keep the Pokédex the same, and then they could just release like top tier Pokemon every month until we have the entire dex, and then that'll hold us over until like the DLC comes too. So I'm all for that, honestly. Next Pokemon, Grimmsnarl. Support Grimmsnarl. Dark Fairy. I do not know if we want to run Grimmsnarl for real because he does have that dark, which will, I think it does neutral damage, right? I think that means neutral. Yeah, I think that's neutral. And where's the steel type? Oof. Steel, fair. Well, he's not doing anything fairy. The steel type, if he knows air, can't talk. Sorry. If he knows Iron Head, that's a problem. Poison. I don't know. Well, I'm gonna throw Grimmsnarl in the mix because it's literally the best support Pokemon in VGC unless that changes, unless somebody finds something else. But I mean, double screens, Thunder Wave, and then probably Play Rough. Probably. Or if you just want to be like actually supportive, like Grimmsnarl can just come in, throw a Reflect, Draining Kiss. Yeah. Reflect, Draining Kiss, Thunder Wave, and whatever else you want to put on them. That'll work. But we don't know the coverage moves. Like once we learn his moveset, it's a wrap. Next. I do not know if you guys want to run this Pokemon or not, but Doxbun. I hope I'm saying it right. I don't think I am, but either Doxbun or Doxbun. He's here because he's fairy and he has a immunity to fire type moves. With well-baked body, this Pokemon receives no damage when hit by fire type moves, and it boosts its defense stat by 2 stages. So, Cinderace is a physical attacker. If this thing gets hit with Power Ball, it's not taking any damage at all whatsoever. 0.5 on the fighting. I mean, this is there, but it's immune to fire. Dark. Look at that. It's good on dark, but it's gonna die if it has Iron Head. It's going to die. All right, moving on to our last 3 options. Azumarill, duh, fire, and fairy. It can basically render fire useless, and it can also pretty much just destroy Cinderace. You guys know the vibes on Azumarill. Assuming everybody has already built their Azumarill already, you basically give it Play Rough, not superpower. What's this? Is it huge power? Yeah, huge power. Yeah, that's it. Azumarill, huge power. Fairy Tera. I'm sorry I haven't gone over the Teras. Fairy Tera. Dang, it can know Drain Kiss? That's crazy. It does not know. It can't learn any of the screens. You don't need to though. Basically Belly Drum, Play Rough at this point. Belly Drum, Play Rough, Drain Kiss, and whatever else move you want to put on it. But you basically need to find a way to sustain Azumarill when it does Belly Drum. That was the biggest problem in all of the raids with Charizard. That was the hugest problem everybody faced. Last 2, Espathra being fully psychic, and I probably should have already had this one already set up, but I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with this Poke YouTuber. I don't want to butcher his name. Hoodlum Column. he put out a very awesome tweet a while ago about Espathra because somebody lobbed him the build. And I don't know if you guys have already seen this yet, but I'm going to find it real quick as we look at Espathra. I'm glad I just saw this Pokemon because I never knew what this was, and now I see it. You learn something every day. But basically, this setup, here it is. This setup is pretty nice. So you have Shell Bell, so it sustains. You have Speed Boost. That's amazing. Lumina Crash, Stored Power, Reflect, and Roost. It's gonna stay here. Defense 252, Special Attack 252, and then more in HP. So we take a deep dive into Lumina Crash. The user attacks by unleashing a peculiar light that even affects the mind. This also harshly lowers the target's special defense. That's insane. Oh, when it evolves, it learns Lumina Crash, by the way. So it's 100% accurate, it has 10 power points, and you basically just destroy its special defense. So you can basically weak this thing out and just destroy it. Now the other move, Stored Power, I think it's like a counter type of move. Store Power. The user attacks the target with Stored Power. The more the user's stats are boosted, the greater the move's power. So I'm going to assume this is towards Cinderace. Like, how does this work? This attack power starts off with 20 base power, but increases by 20 base power for each stat increase used by the Pokemon. Can get a maximum base power of 860. Moves with stat lowering effects do not affect this move's power. So I wonder I might have to look up how you activate that. But I'm probably just being stupid. I probably don't understand how that works. Obviously the Reflect, because you want to get rid of those physical moves. And honestly, I mean, where is it? Roost. It's an egg move. Ooh, so you probably gotta hatch it and then learn. That's fine. You can just catch. I do have an Espathra already in my party, so that I can actually just ride around. I probably won't care about trying to get a shiny. It'd be great if it was, but I'll probably try to get like a good IV Espathra, since I have a good IV Ditto. So that'd be great. The user lands and rests its body. The move restores the HP by have its max HP, so you can pretty much stay in the game as long as stay in the fight as long as you can, because if you're in a team with people and your Pokemon faints, then you know what problems that cause. So that's enough on Espathra. Very good option, but if that thing knows Sucker Punch, I'm not using it. But I'm probably still gonna set up this Pokemon in Hatterene. The third option, if you have completed the first Charizard raid, if you have him, this is where he can shine. He is fire and flying. He already has Hurricane, I believe. Yeah, the Super Mark Charizard already has Hurricane. I wouldn't dare use Hurricane. I think I took Hurricane off of my Charizard. I think I gave it Air Slash, if I can find it. I gave it Air Slash, 75, base power, but 95 accurate. So it's gonna hit a lot. And the move has a heightened chance of landing a critical hit. Oh, sorry, wrong one. The Blade in the Air Sky, this also can make the target flinch. I don't think we can make Cinderace flinch, but we'll see. Mine's gonna be Air Slash for sure. And then the fire moves that it had was gonna be, not even here. I mean, basically, we're just using Air Slash for Charizard. That's it. Like, if we really need to go with that, if none of these other options work, Charizard's the neutralizer. He has the stats. He has the moveset. He's good to go. Worst case scenario, does this Charizard, can he learn Dragon Dance? If he Swords Dance, bam. Swords Dance, but yeah, give me Dragon Dance. Yes. Attack and speed stats are good to go. So let me know in the comment section, who are you choosing out of all these Pokemon to bring with you to the new Cinderace that's coming up very, very soon? If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up to let me know that I did a good job. And comment below, like I said, your choice. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon content. This is your boy Smooth, and I'm out.